I'm gonna pull my phone up so I can watch live on my phone so that I can see the comments. Hopefully there's no interaction with that. I'm gonna have to mute that. So I've got my phone on so that I can see everybody's comments because I know last time I couldn't. So I'm just gonna hang out for a little bit. Oh goodness. Hello. There's like a 5 to 7 second delay. So if everybody could just keep that in mind, there is a little bit of a delay. Hello, LA. Okay, so I have a few ideas of what I want to do. I definitely need to work in this. This is my new insert and I want to work in that. And I'm going to explain a little bit about that in a minute. But I need to pack an order because I had an order come in last night. So I'm going to go ahead and pack that order first. So I hope you guys don't mind watching me work. So the order was for my volume 1 Traveler's Notebook insert. This is the one that I did last fall. And I actually used this insert in November. But I actually have volume 2, which is totally different, that I really love, but I think people are just getting confused about which one is which because everybody is buying volume 1 instead of buying volume 2. So if you're interested and you haven't gotten volume 2 yet, you could just check out my Etsy shop. The link is in my Instagram profile. But yeah, but this particular person ordered volume 1. So I'm just going to start wrapping. And just for everybody new that just came in, I can see the comments. I know with my last video I could not see the comments, but I can today. So if you want to interact and talk, I will be able to see what you have to say. Upgrade. Nope, I just used for some reason, the last time I went live, I used my cell phone instead of my iPad, which is what I normally film on. I don't know why I did that, but because I was using my phone and I didn't have my iPad even in here, I couldn't see the comments. So now I have my phone showing me the comments. Babies are asleep. I was actually really surprised that they went down without too much fuss. And the husband is keeping the boys occupied. The tissue already is like not folded very much. It's only folded like a few times as opposed to like buying it in the teeny tiny packs. And so it's a lot easier to work with Hi! Oh, I'm so glad you made it. Hi. I just sent your letter the other day. I hope it makes it to you soon. Actually, yeah. No, yeah, I did. Because I had to take it to the post office because it's big. Okay. I'm going to use this, but I need to warm up my wax. Uh-oh, what's going on? I hope that's not affecting you guys, but my phone is frozen. Uh-oh. There we go. I'm gonna warm this wax up. I hope I'm in frame. Okay, there we go. I don't know what that was. I'm gonna warm this up, but I need to find some layering pieces, and that was one of the requests on Instagram, was showing how I layer things and how I kind of create my little clusters. So I'm actually gonna use this. Ooh, I think I'm going to use that. And maybe even this. The process does not repeat every single time. When I do this, it's always different. Love the way that looks. So I'm gonna do that, and then I always like to use a dried flower, but I want to add maybe a postage stamp. I hope the audio is okay too. I hope that you guys can still hear me clearly. I know I sound a lot louder when I face my head up towards the camera, but I can't, ooh, that's pretty. I can't sit that way the whole time. Oh, I wonder, ooh, that looks good too. All right, let's get my flower. Just going to pull one of those off. I used to have a ton of dried flowers, and I just ran out, and so I have to use pressed flowers. I used to have a bunch of pressed flowers, but I ran out, so now I'm having to use these dried ones, and they're not flat, so there's a lot of texture there. So I just want to see. I love the way that looks. But I'm thinking maybe if I tuck it behind the stamp. No, okay. Don't overthink it. I'm not too worried about covering a lot of this brown paper either. I'm not overly concerned about that. And then I think I want that there. And then I know it's weird and you guys are probably gonna cringe, but instead of putting the runner on this, I actually put it on the tissue. I don't know why I do that. And then it's always kind of off center, off kilt a little bit. Off kilter. Where do I get my pressed flowers? So I have gotten my pressed flowers from the Target parking lot. They didn't mow one week, and there was a bunch of these really pretty tiny little yellow flowers that popped up, so I got them there. I have a neighbor who doesn't cut their lawn as often as they should, and I pick the little wildflower weeds from their yard. I have like a bunch of like weedy wildflowers in my own yard that I pick. And then like these are from like when I buy flowers at the store, they're like the filler flowers, not like, they're not the, I have them up here. I think they're called baby's breath. They're not these, because I do have these, but I usually use these in packages because I can leave a little room on the top of the box and put this on top where I know it's not going to get smashed. But these, I'm not really sure what these are, but they're just like a filler flower from when I buy flowers at the grocery store. So yeah, I usually just pick my flowers. Hello. Oh, this is so much fun. This is way funner chatting with you guys as opposed to last time where I didn't really have the option to chat. I'm living on Red Bull these days. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for my wax to warm up because I did put another bead in there and I'm still waiting for it to kind of melt, and it's not melting super quick because it's a really chunky one. So I'm just gonna wrap this on top. Hi, England. Oh, that's so fun. It's really gloomy here today, so I hope the lighting is fine. We have no sunshine today. You guys are getting all the behind the scene sneaks. I don't normally wrap before I put my flower on or my wax seal, but gotta keep moving. Hello, Columbia. Oh, hi. Scribbling notes on layering. Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys are funny. Hello, Sweden. Oh man, look at all these countries. This is great. Oh, this is so fun. So I'm just choosing my wax seal. I just had another one made with my new logo. My husband has a laser machine at his workshop where he works, and so he makes my wax seals for me. And I got my new logo, and he does all the brass work for me. Like, he has brass in his shop, and then he does all like the working on them. And his brother, who also works there, works the laser, and they lasered my logo onto my new wax seal. But super sadly, they forgot to, or he forgot to invert the image. So when I use it, it's like backwards. But I'll bring it up close so that you guys can kind of see it. I don't know if it's gonna focus. There's not like a lot of control on the live. But yeah, we're gonna redo that on Monday, I think. So that'll be fun. In the meantime, I will just use my original design, which I still super love. All right, so this isn't heating up as quick as I want it to, so I'm just going to kind of force it into warming up by burning the top. Hello, Colorado. Oh, thanks, Sana. Aw. So I'm just gonna warm that up a little bit. And I think I'll just put it right there. It's still really molassesy. It's still really thick, so I know it's not too warm, so I know this is gonna come out really nice. Love. And I clipped that postage stamp just perfectly. And while I wait for that to set, I am going to do my little note card, and I actually can't remember. Hold on, I'm gonna have to close this. I need to get the name. Christy, sending hugs and hoping you and yours are safe and well. Thanks, Christy. I hope you guys are doing well too over in Concord, North Carolina. All right. Hi, Christy. All right, let's go back to YouTube. Don't want to miss my comments. All right. Blow that out, move it aside, and I don't have I don't have a little goodie pack made, so I'm gonna have to make one. So just gonna grab this envelope and just grab a few things to put inside. I always enjoy putting just a few things inside, just because I've said it before, but I am a consumer. I enjoy supporting other small businesses and small shops. And as a consumer, I know and understand what it is like to get something in the mail and it just be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, and appreciate the extra touch and the extra goodies that they might include. That just means a lot to me. That means something to me. So I am mindful of that, and I always try to do that. I always try to make sure that I include things. So this looks good. That one came out cute. Oh shit! I forgot to put the damn flower in. Oh my god. All right, so Christy, if you're watching, I'm so sorry that I failed miserably. And there. It's technically in. Hello, Germany. Oh my gosh. So we have Germany, Colorado, Sweden, Colombia, England. I know there's a girl in the States, in North Carolina watching. Little Miss Sarah. It's so amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. This is the funnest. You know what? Maybe I'll even put these little scraps in there. And let's see. I'm just rummaging. I'm rummaging through my stuff here, see what I can find to include. I normally make a bunch of these in advance, but I have run out and I haven't had the opportunity to really restock my supply. So here I am, just throwing things in as I go. Put a Denison label in there. Oh, thanks, Karen. Aw, that's really sweet. Let's see, we'll put another label in there. What else do we have? Got one of those, and I've got these from an old order that I never played with. So we'll just go ahead and put these together, and hopefully she likes just this small little collection of paper bits. I love these dictionary pages. I'm weak for these. So if you need to know anything about me, know first of all, I'm weak for dictionary pages, but I love these like mini dictionary pages just because they're so like perfectly sized. If you wanted to use the whole thing, you could. If you want to just rip it, oh, I love them. I'm weak for those, which is why I had a dictionary page pack in my shop, because I have a ridiculous collection of dictionaries because I love them so much. All right, so what do you guys think? Does this look appropriate? Does this look like a good collection of goodies? Hello, Korea. Oh, it's 2 a.m. Go to sleep. This will save and you can watch it later. Coming from a mother who gets no sleep whatsoever, especially because my youngest, who's still in my bedroom, decided she was just going to hum all night. Like, it's just the weirdest thing. She kept me up all night. It was miserable. So yeah, please do not stay up for me. Do not do that. Go to sleep. Hello, Japan. Oh, I'm just seeing that. I'm glad to see everybody is staying home. Yes. Stay home and watch me play with paper. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. Okay, so I'm going to just put this in here, and I'm going to slip this into here just because I don't know where it's traveling, and a lot of parts of the world have rainy seasons like I know we do, and I do not want her package to get rained on and messed up. So I always wrap it with paper. Sometimes I put the notebook in first and then wrap around the notebook. But I've been noticing with these chunkier flowers that I need to put them in the plastic first, because if it's not in the plastic and I just put it in the mailer, it just rips itself apart when it ships. So at least this plastic kind of keeps it safe a little bit. How do I keep my crafting table clean? Girl, please. You don't even know. My crafting table is not clean. What you see is the only clean part about my desk. I'm being brutally honest. Now, I will say that my table is cleaner now than it has been in the past, but that's only because the boys are doing their school here now and they do it in the office. Because I literally have a wraparound desk. So I have a desk that's what you see right here, and then I have, like, it curves around in the corner of the room, and then it continues, and then that it goes along the back wall. I'm looking for a scratch piece of paper so I can, like, draw it and describe it to you guys. All right, so basically, here's my square room, and I can't draw for anything. My desk, here's my window, like right here, which is where I'm right in front of. So my desk is like right here, and then it continues like this. So this part is what you guys see, and this is the only clean part. And then I have a bookshelf here, and then I have a desk right here, and then I have another shelf here. Actually, no, this is the door, so the other shelf is here. Here is the door, and then this area is the closet, and then I have another shelf here. So I literally can just go like this. I can only walk like straight in, because there's like a chair, a chair, a chair, and then a chair. So yeah, not clean. All surfaces are covered. I wish I could show you. Let me go back and read this. Yeah, I have shared my office on my stories so that there's like a general idea of how the room is laid out, but yeah, it's a mess. So the problem is that I don't have time to clean up once I'm finished. I have to sneak in, do something, and then leave really quickly because of the kids, especially all of them being home right now. And so when I come back in again and it's still a mess, I'm like, oh no, I can't deal with that. And then I don't do it. I don't come in here at all. Oh my gosh. Architectural floor planning. I would die. Karen, I'm not even kidding. If you want to come and draw my room and give me an idea of how I can better utilize my space, come talk to me. Let's do this. Because my drawings are totally terrible. That was awful. I can't even believe. Okay, so this is ready to go. I'm going to package this later because obviously I have to put her address on it, and sharing is not caring in all things. So let's have a vote. Who wants to see me work with copy mail, decorating some envelopes and some cards, or getting straight to work in my journal? I'm going to, I can't even draw a stick figure without AutoCAD. My husband is desperate to learn how to use AutoCAD. He's desperate for it. He has a lot of uses for it in his office because he's got a lot of machines and stuff, but yeah, he really wants to learn how to use it so that he doesn't need como se dice, not engineers. I don't even know. I can't even think of the word, but the guys who work the machines, he just wants to eliminate them altogether, and he wants to learn AutoCAD so he doesn't even need them. Okay, we've got journal, happy mail, cards. That's 2. There's 3 for journal. I'm going to continue cleaning up and you guys continue voting. Oh man, I think I can put this away. I'm cleaning as I go, people. I've learned my lesson. I don't make a mess and then just leave it. Especially since I have the opportunity to clean now. The problem is there's this girl who sent me this package earlier this week, and it's just so much stuff, Sarah. And I don't want to put it away. And if I put it away, I'm afraid I won't use it or love it. Let's see, I can put this journal away. Alright, sorry I'm not over there. I'm just trying to clean up a little bit. Because I've got a few things I want to do. All right, let's check the votes now. Also, hi. Hi! Let's see. Journal. What's that? How many? I lost count. Sarah, you're cruel. I do have short-term memory problems, and I can't put it away. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for journal. 1, 2, 3. CNC, yes, CNC guys. Oh yes, what are their names? I got totally distracted. I lost count. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. Hello, Greece. Hi. Hi. I'm so happy to see you. I hope your birthday package comes soon. It's already taking way longer than I thought it was going to. All right, I think the consensus is journaling. I am going to do this though. All right, so here's the thing. I want to challenge myself. I have been challenging myself this year to use supplies that I'm not comfortable with. I don't typically gravitate towards, I don't usually use, and now I have moved on into things that I hoard. Seriously hoard. And one of the things that I hoard is this stationary bento box that I got from Sora Asan. And I know I'm not supposed to like share about it because, oh, you can hear Emmett crying. Oh, because they aren't available, and I hate even talking about them because I know it's like a trigger for some people because they either haven't gotten theirs or they have been unavailable to purchase. But this is what I'm doing. I am, what's the word? It'll come to me. I'm challenging myself to use this box for the month of April. I think I'm going to use it in my personal journal, so this one that I do all of the writing in, and I'm not going to challenge myself to use it in like the planner insert. So because I want to be able to have a little bit of freedom in my journal, so I'm going to leave this out of the challenge. But in this one, for the month of April, I am going to challenge myself to use supplies from the stationary bento box. Now, I'm not going to limit myself to only the things in this box, but if you want to like join along with me with challenging yourself to use something that you hoard. So I've already challenged myself to use things I don't like, things I don't gravitate towards, things that I don't understand the popularity of. I've just challenged myself in all of those areas, but this month I want to challenge myself to use things that I hoard. I'm scared to use, I don't want to touch, because I don't know if I can replace it, and that's this box. So it's not just going to be this box, but this is going to be where I pull from mostly. Also, I love the colors. They're perfect for spring, and I think it's going to be fun. So I've already done my cover page. I've used some of her paper here and then a beautiful card here. And I've left these 2 pages empty because on Friday, on the 3rd, our son was in the physical newspaper, and so I've already attached that in here. So I kind of have to work around this, but the birthday party parade that we did for him a couple weeks ago kind of went viral in our area, and it made it to the newspaper. It got so popular on social media, the newspaper picked it up, and it was finally in the paper this week. So I have that. So I'm going to start here, and I am going to take the notebook out of my cover. This is my goatskin Midori leather cover. I love it. I love it. And let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm definitely got more of a use it headspace for things I normally hoard. I think given what's happening in the world, it makes sense to use it and love it. Preach, girl. preach. Another issue I'm having, oh gosh, the school is calling me, sorry. I ignored it because they'll call my husband too. Another problem that I'm having is because I cannot leave my house, I cannot go like exploring and finding new supplies. And because I can't go get new things, I think I'm just going to use what I have. And I love this box. So let's move on from that. CNC programmer for a glass fabricator. Wow. And you love your job too? What is that like? I'm totally kidding. Oh, okay, let's get started. Okay, so this is a notebook that's got a bunch of different types of colored paper in it, textures, designs, and I usually just tear from this. You guys saw me do that a little bit ago. This I don't normally. This is like an actual journal insert where there's like lines and it's meant to write in, so I haven't touched this yet. But I can pull out of this, but I don't think I'll need to. I've got a bunch of yarn, and I think one of the questions or requests was showing how I use the Avril yarn in my Happy Mail and in my journal. I can definitely do that, so I've got that. And then we've got a small, beautiful collection of washi. And let's see. I don't think I can use that. This is just full small paper, so I'm gonna leave that. And these are new. I just got these, so I'm gonna leave those for now. I'm not ready to use those. I just got those, so I'm gonna hoard that for a little while longer. Ooh, look at that postcard. Ooh, these would be great for post-crossing. I'm gonna leave these out of the box so that I can set these aside to do for post-crossing. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've taken this out and looked at all the little things. Oh, I'm getting another phone call. All right, so lots of clips in the bottom there. Ooh. That label is pretty, but I don't think it's going to go with the color scheme. So I'm going to put this aside. Water break. Oh, the squirrels are going crazy outside my window right now. All right. What do we have here? Looks delicate. Oh, okay. I'm gonna pull you out and start the process of flattening you. And of course you tore. Hi Kim, I can see your comments. I am working in my journal right now, and I'm using my stationary bento box. I have challenged myself in the month of April to use the supplies from my bento box. So I am going through my bento box to see what I want to use. So much yarn. Nothing in there I want. Okay, now here, this is my problem, people. This bottom tray, oh my God, so beautiful, is full of beautiful papers. And I did use this one already, so I'm super proud of myself with that. But this is where I start having issues. Because it's just all so pretty. Okay, so this kind of matches that. So I think I'll pull that out. So it kind of looks like we are gravitating towards some blues. So let's see. This is probably my most favorite paper ever created on planet Earth right here. And I have used a little tiny sliver of it. And I've like it traumatized me to use it, so I put it away and haven't touched it since. Oh, here's another postcard. I'm going to set that aside for post-crossing. Aw, kitty. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what's in this. I love this. Oh, this is the Sunny Sunday sticky paper. Just wondering, that's got some blue in it. Actually, yeah, no. I love this wax paper. That's good. Oh, and that's pretty too. I'll pull that out. Oh my gosh, I haven't looked at this stuff in so long. Ooh, look at those textures. Okay, now I'm pulling like neutrals. Ooh, here's more of that paper. Ooh, delicious. All right. I might be a cheater pumpkin eater. And Sarah, stay with me. Nobody have a heart palpitation, okay? Just enjoy this. I am going to see if I can unattach this little cluster and use it because it's already done for me. And I've kind of been pulling neutrals. So let's, oh, look at those. Oh! Okay, so I'm terrified. There's like adhesive on that bag, so I don't think I'll put that back in. All right, here we are back to the blues. Let's see if I can find some more blues to play with. Got a voicemail from the school. Okay, so here's my neutral. And maybe I'll put all that back. Let's see what's in this. Well, these are a little too thick, so I can't put those in. All these little envelopes. Empty. Oh, these were filled with labels. These, oh, I forgot about these labels. Oh, I forgot about these labels. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my screen to go live. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Ooh, that's blue and also neutral. Oh, I really don't want to use these. Oh, my tiny little labels. Oh my. So this is blue. Oh, Lord. I'm going to pull these aside to see if those go with the neutrals. All right. I am not satisfied with the collection of blue. I keep getting all these voicemails, you guys. It's like the world Focus, Skylar. You have 31 people watching you right now. No pressure. Here's some blue. I wonder if I have, oh, even though I just said I wasn't going to use these because they're new. How's everybody doing? Are you guys crafting and playing along as well? Or are you just watching me make a fool of myself with paper? I've been seeing videos of people in other countries like Spain and stuff, where every Thursday, and I think it's happening over in the UK too, every Thursday everybody goes outside and claps for the doctors and the first responders and stuff. And I saw that last night and I got super weepy because I have not seen anything like that in the States, and I sure would love to. Alright, nothing there. It's tickling my fancy. Alright, so I'm going to set that neutral one aside. Okay. Nobody panic, but something big is about to happen, okay? Take a breath. I'm warning everybody right now. Nobody panic. That wasn't so bad, right? Everybody good? Safe? Breathing still? Clap for NHS, yes. Oh. Stop. I love that you're daily journaling. I have been, well, I'm still working on it, but I will show you guys. I have in the back of my last finished insert this little separated page of a couple pages that I want to put like stats and just thoughts and notes and stuff of what happened in March. And I've got some dates here of basically when we had our first case here in Florida. On my birthday, it was actually declared a pandemic. The schools decided to delay another week, and I just can't even... If you had told me on March 13th that our kids would not be going back to school, I would have laughed in your face. Like, the public school system would never do that. And now we're not going back to school, we're pretty sure. They say we're coming back on May 4th, but the last day of school is May 28th, so I seriously doubt that's going to happen. And then I wrote down that on the 16th, we had 3,770 cases, because on March 16th, that is when the virus kind of became real for us, for me. I had been hearing about it, we've been watching it on the news, but for some reason on the 16th, it felt like an actual threat to my community, my state. It felt like it was directly going to impact me on the 16th. So that's why I wrote that. And then I've got some other stats here on how many cases that we had. And I started writing some things down for April. On the 1st of April, Florida was officially shut down. On the 3rd, we broke 1 million cases worldwide. And then on the 4th, there was 11,000 cases in Florida. So in a month, we went from 0 cases to 11,000 cases. And that doesn't even touch what New York City is going through. So yeah, I'm definitely doing that. Definitely doing that. Let me go back and read some of these comments here. I'm glad you're feeling better. Still alive. Glad. I'm glad you're still alive. Now you just have to watch me glue it down. Hmm. Hello, Brazil. Oh, Brazil. Oh, we have so many countries watching right now. This is incredible. All right, so I'm going to glue this down as per usual. I do not have an appropriate gluing device. So I'm going to try this. I hate this glue stick. Anybody knows me or follows me on Instagram knows I have already whined about this glue stick. I hate this glue stick, but I'm going to try. And I'm just going to lightly, just like lightly drag it across so that it doesn't get too thick. And then I'm just going to drag my finger down to kind of thin it out. And I don't want it to, I don't want to cover the entire thing with glue because I feel like it'll lose some texture if I glue it all, like every spot of the paper down. And I want it to still have a little bit of texture. See how it's kind of like popping up there? All right, so layering technique lesson starts now. I find a spot on a page. This is my first page, so I can kind of do whatever I want. And then I just lay a base down with this. It was obviously this paper. And then I'm just going to play with some of the other aspects that I have and kind of see how I like the texture of all of those things combined. And try to keep a cluster in one area. I like that it came down here. I like that look, so I'm gonna keep it there, but I'm gonna play with some of the other little pieces of paper that I pulled, and you saw how long that process took. So kind of liking the way that looks, and that's good. I think I will leave that there because that means I can come over here and play with these layers like that. And I think I'm actually going to replace this string. I don't like it, so I'm gonna pull from this one. As soon as I find the end. Oh, excuse me. All right. Oh, so this is an Italian glue stick. It's super popular. It smells stupid good. Like, oh, it's like, you know that Jergens lotions, cherry almond? It smells like that. It's stupid good. The problem is that it's too wet. It's too like gloopy, and it, oh, you can't see because the other side is covered. It's like, it's basically like taking a water and like splashing it down on your page because it crumples the page up on the opposite side and it makes it look wet. So you kind of have to, with me, I paid a stupid amount of money for this damn glue stick, so I'm going to use it, but I had to figure out a way that I could use it where it wouldn't make my pages look all wet, and so that's why I just rub my finger across. It's a great glue stick. It works really well, but it's just too wet for me. It's just too wet. And it doesn't, like, when it dries, it doesn't, like, it still looks wet on the back side. So, not my favorite glue. Everybody knows if I could have my Prima Planner glue pens, that's what I would want back. So I'm just gonna tuck this through. And this is an Avril twine, I believe, so just switching it out. Actually, I might lay that on top like that. What do you guys think of that? Approval rating, 1 to 10. Go. Oh, I feel you, Julia. Truly, I feel you. I got sick in the beginning of March. I think it was like the end of February, beginning of March, after I got home from Texas. And I swear all of my symptoms were the same as the coronavirus, like the same. I had a fever off and on. I couldn't smell, I couldn't taste. I had like an unproductive cough, not a super bad cough. My ears filled with fluid and I couldn't hear a thing. It was miserable. I know it wasn't the coronavirus because it wasn't even in the country then that we know of, I guess. But yeah, I was miserable. I can't even imagine being that sick and knowing that you can't go to the doctor with ease to get help. I just, 11 out of 10. I would just be really terrified of that. And our allergies are really bad right now. So everybody that's got like a runny nose and a cough because of that, I feel for them if they ever have to go to the store and get nasty looks. Oh, that was nice. Thank you for thinking of me with the glue sticks. How do I decide if it's too much? I seem to add and then belated realize I've gone too far. That's a really good question, actually. I don't know how everybody else uses their journals, so my response might be biased, but I'm going to answer it in my way based on how I use my journals. I look at something and I like to make sure I have enough room to write what I need to write. So, for example, if I used like this entire thing and then started my cluster down here like this, which still would look really beautiful, I would only have this amount of space to work with. But if I knew that I was either going to put a picture there or maybe something that I acquired during the day, like a business card or something that I got in the mail, it wouldn't bother me as much. But I don't typically do that in this particular journal. So I tend to stay on the range of, can I still journal? Can I still fit my words in here? Do I feel like there's enough space to write down what I need to say? I will say that I did do this and basically left no real room to write. And you can't even tell, but right here on this whole, I covered this whole half side with a ledger print and actually wrote over top of it. I didn't intend to, I just intended to do like a little blurb of journaling here, but then when I actually sat down to write, I felt like maybe I could just go outside of my comfort zone a little bit because that's what I'm trying to do and just write over top of it. And in the end, I love this paper and I really wanted to save it just because Florida was on it. But in the end, I probably would have ripped it in half so I would have had more room to journal because when it came time to write, I basically could only do a Cliff Notes version because there was just not much room to write and that did not feel natural for me. This right here is great because it's just a divider. I was able to really kind of play with a lot more space and not have to really think about it. But as you can see, the way I'm doing my little clusters is in a way that I can still get my journaling in. I try not to take up too much space with that. So that's a really good question though. I really love that. So yeah, that's my mindset on it. That's kind of how I do things. That's in my mind. That's what I'm thinking. Like, can I still get all my words on this layout if I do it this way? All right, so I'm going to start gluing down because I really love the way this looks. And I only got one vote for how good it is. So either that means all of you think it's really, really terrible or only one of you think that it's great. Okay, so I am now going to bust out a different glue. I'm going to use my Tombow glue. Is that how you tend to journal? Kind of how I just explained it? Novenka? Am I pronouncing that right? Is it Novenka? I don't know. I always say it that way, Novenka, but I have to know. Am I saying your beautiful name correctly? And I think I will just put a little bit right here. Oh, I can feel the tacky through that. But it's a good thing because this is going to cover it, so I'm not super worried about it. But because it did that, shorter O. Hold on, let me process what that means. I don't know, I can't figure that out. I'm trying to say it in my mind, but it still comes out the same way I'm doing it. I need a different glue. Tape runner. ¿Dónde estás? I'm not crazy. There you are. I put you away. Isn't that weird? I think I will use Novenka. Not Novenka. Still love it. Still love it. Okay. Committed. That's done. All right, now let's do these. So this is gonna be tricky because it's like waxy on this side and like regular paper on that side. So I'm gonna use my tape runner. Oh God. Does anybody else have any? Hello, Paris. Oh, I just saw that. Hi. I have a lot to learn how to make a journal, but Japan must sleep. Yes, Japan, you must sleep. Go to sleep. I love this. I love being able to talk with you guys. Wasn't able to have this last time. Okay, so this is really textured, so, and also crooked. Oh my gosh. Totally just tore that paper. Okay, well, I guess that's your permanent home. Okay, so what I've just done is I just put this paper on top of the blue paper because I was scared to put glue on it, because now I know where that paper is and I can put the glue on that spot where I know it won't show through, because I really don't like that look of glue showing through. Look how much texture this has. Oh, I just love that. Okay. I think I love the way this turned out. I'm gonna skip this, even though I probably will do something small here, or maybe not, maybe I'll just leave it. But then I wanna play with these neutrals I pulled. Look how good. Look how good. All right, so, all right, everybody hold your breath again. Start doing some calm breathing. Do not panic. Did we survive? You know what? I think I like the way that looks, covering both sides like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead And I didn't even take into consideration everything else that I pulled that I want to use. Hi, Russia! I see you! I believe it's just paper. That's right. Preach, girl, it's just paper. You know what? Another thing that I always say to myself when I'm struggling with these things, does it look good enough? Do I like it? Is that cohesive? I always say to myself, I do not seek perfection. I do not seek perfection. It's okay, Skylar. You do not seek perfection. Okay, so the reason I am pre-decorating my pages is because A, it's the 5th and I haven't journaled a thing so far. B, I need to, my thing about journaling, and I have discovered this over the last few years, is that I need to have my pages pre-decorated beforehand so that when I do find the time to come in and journal, the pages are already done and I can sit down and write. I don't have to sit down and decorate and then write because I just don't have that kind of free time. Like I don't have the availability to be able to just sit down and play for a couple of hours, even though I'm doing it right now, but it's only because it's nap time and my husband is home and we can't leave or go anywhere, so I have a little bit more freedom to be able to do this sort of thing. But typically we would be gone on the weekends, so the weekend are shot, and during the week I have to do other things during nap time. So that's why I have to have my pages pre-decorated. So I'm feeling like this is a little bit darker than the other things I've kind of pulled. So I think I'm actually going to leave this alone and actually start another page. Oops. All right. What are you guys working on? Are you crafting too? Or are you laying in bed watching me? Let's see. I've already got something in the middle here. And then I kind of already did like this kind of cluster. So I think what I'm going to do is work maybe up here. So I'm going to tear this all the way across, and I think I will actually cross both sides for that. So this will be my base layer. I'm having some issues with my internet staying caught up, so I hope that everything is okay. It's because I'm so far away from my router. The router is in our living room and I am on the total opposite back side of the house. All right, base layer. Now I can play and add to this a little bit. You know what? I think I kind of like, I'm just tearing along this seam here. Kind of like the idea of adding this just right under, right there. What do you guys think? Is it super clear? Can you see that line right here? Yeah, you totally can. But if I layer something on top, I'm doing it. I don't need permission. All right, so I want to spread some positivity here. So other than the clapping that that's happening around the world, what have you guys seen that is really made you emotional or grateful or just like really warmed your heart? What have you guys seen like personally yourselves? I want to hear about these beautiful stories happening around the world. The only problem with tucking after you've glued is that it doesn't line up right. Hello, France. Oh, that's cool. The Queen's gonna come on TV? Oh, baby's awake. I'm sorry. I would love to watch what the Queen is gonna say. I'm obsessed with all monarchies. All the royal families I'm obsessed with, but particularly England. Oh, I love that. Offering to go shopping for other people. Man, that Queen Elizabeth, so she is one relentless old gal. I'll give her that. I'm telling you what, if I was in my 90s, you can bet the last thing I would want to be was in charge of anything. Oh, that's really sweet. Yeah, that would be cool. Find a link. I'd love to watch it. She's a spunky old cat, that woman. All right, so I know. Ooh, that looks good. I'm covering up so much of this beautiful paper, though. Yeah, the Diana story is really sad. You know, I watched, obviously everybody else did too, but when I watched season 3 of The Crown, I haven't always been a super fan of Charles, and I think it's because I grew up in the generation where I was very young when Diana died, and her divorce and all that stuff, and the heartbreak that surrounded Diana, and I sort of had this like feeling with Charles, you know, like how could you do that? How could you treat your wife that way and do that to your family and all those things? But when I watched season 3 of The Crown and I was able to kind of, oh, that doesn't tear. I could kind of see his point of view of things, like how he was treated in his life and kind of where, just like kind of where he was coming from, where he was in love with this person and was not able to be with her, and in the end finally was able to be with this woman that he loved all these years. It was really heartbreaking to see, actually. I was not expecting that. I did not know that side of things. So that was really interesting. Ooh, you share the Queen's birthday? Jealous. Oh, that's so cool, Sarah. You should send her a birthday card and see if she sends one in return. I would love to get a card in the mail from Buckingham, I tell you what. I want to use this so bad. You know what? That doesn't actually look terrible. I think I need to go to the box. Oh, good. I'm not the only one who felt weird about Charles. Oh, that's cool. Lower right corner. I agree. That's what I was thinking. But I feel like I'm going to add another layer here. Be super hard to get this layer in there. Look how good that looks. Now I just have to figure out how to get some adhesive. Yes, the 4th season is going to be scandalous. I wasn't super excited about the cast change, but when you compare like pictures and videos of the queen when she was at that age, like in real life, they pretty much nailed it. I just really loved the original actress. I think her name was Claire. I think it was Claire. Ooh, yes. Okay. So I do want to put something like right here, but I'm going to figure that out later. All these papers. I think I'm going to come in here. Claire Foy, yep, there it is. Yeah, Olivia Colman is doing a really great job. Like I said, I wasn't super enthusiastic about it at first, but she nailed it. She definitely did. She did a very good job. All right, so here's the thing. I know what it's missing. There's no Shelly papers in here. And girl, you know I have to have some Shelly papers. Ooh, look at that one. Ooh, look at that one. Kind of love this one. I'm going to lay that aside. I'm going to see if I can't find something else in here. Oh my gosh, it's getting so hot in here. How can I choose? I'm glad I'm not the only one who is completely and totally obsessed with the royal families. Victoria is my favorite though. I really gravitated towards her with her show that I think was on like PBS. I really gravitated towards her. I'd already kind of loved her anyway, but I really gravitated towards her when I could see, like, I've seen all of her movies, like all the movies that they've done, but they really showed a spotlight on her and Albert's love and their love story and their just absolute devotion towards one another and the real life struggles of an actual marriage. And I just really, I really gravitated towards that, and it just really, really kind of solidified that interest in her. She's definitely my favorite. And she was super sassy to her mom. I loved that. Her mom was not very kind to her. I just don't think this is going to work. I just think it's too big. I don't think I'm going to be able to make that work. Oh. I'm struggling. Just don't think that is gonna work. Boom. That'll do. I just need something here. I did start to read that. I did. I did not get very far though, because I am very ashamed to say that I just do not have just a ton of time to be able to sit and read. I did start it. I did try. I don't think it was exactly what I was looking for though. Amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it. But I don't think it was what I was looking for specifically. But I do, now that you have reminded me, I need to pull that back out. And instead of binge watching terrible shows like Tiger King, oh my God, I can't even believe I said that out loud. I need to read instead. I need another layer. Ogres have layers. Onions have layers. Okay, so I'm noticing that I'm doing what I said I didn't want to and limiting my supplies. Oh man, that looks so good. I wonder if I can make this work now. Hold on, hold that thought. You stay there, don't move. Oh snap. There it was, the magic just hit. Oh yeah, I just love the look of all these layers. All right, so this is homemade paper, so it's gonna be tricky. So does Parfait. That was good. That's so funny. Julia, you crack me up. Ooh, the boy's outside my window. Hi, baby. What you doing? What is that? He's so cute. Looking good. Okay, so I'm not super conceited. I'm not really loving that my name is there. I'm trying to leave it because it will remind me of Shelly and how special she is to me, but is it weird? Is anybody else weird like that? I know in this journal I did do this, but it's only because the scripting was so pretty. Hi, Luna. I'm good. How are you? But I don't normally do that, but I just loved the script on that, so I cut it out and put it in, but I don't normally. But I don't know, we'll leave it. This side is perfection, pure perfection. And it is pretty with a name there. Aww. Say hi to your grandparents for me. I wish I could do that. All right. You know what? I just thought of something. Something I could add. Hot damn. All right, just gonna make sure I don't. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. It doesn't make sense because this right here is soft and airy and dainty and light, and this is just, it's beautiful, and but it's like, ugh, in your face with the colors. So I like this better, I think. I bet a dried flower would be pretty here. I don't really have anything left. These are too flat, like they're like thinner than tissue paper because I pressed them too hard in the press. This is too big and bulky. That is too blue, too purple, too yellow, and yeah, just don't have anything. They just all have like rotten tips. See if I can make that work, because I really think that would look really pretty. Do the pages still smell like soy candles? Remind me which pages. Like the pages in her box? Is that what she uses? Is soy candles? To me it smells like a man's cologne. Happy early birthday. I hope everything clears up before your birthday. I was able to celebrate my birthday before everything went super duper crazy. And my son missed his birthday, and I suspect our babies will miss their birthdays. Hey, what's up? What?
Hunter's gonna throw another toy at me.
Okay, well, play nicely.
I cannot.
I don't know if you guys can hear him, but I'm being accosted through the outside window. Mom life never ends. You know what, Luna? You'll have another birthday next year, and you'll get to celebrate twice as hard if you don't this year. Look on the bright side, girlfriend. Look on the bright side. Okay. I'm thinking, because I don't love this little rotten tip here.
Hunter's copying me.
Okay, what did I tell you? Ignore him. I am gonna see if I can put a wax seal over it. gosh. That's so clever, Sarah. I did not know that. All right. I have to figure out how to get this wax onto the paper. You know what? One thing at a time. Let's start getting the layers down. Are you guys baking anything fun this weekend? My husband, well, it doesn't count as technically baking, but my husband made ribs yesterday. And they came out really, really yummy. It's always a benefit to anything. And I think the benefit of having to cook all of our own meals now, not that I didn't cook all the time, but I would say probably once or twice a week, he would bring something home, or we would just be lazy and not cook. And we're just not doing that now, which is great because I'm able to play more with my recipes and cook every single night. I think in the 3 weeks that we've been home now, I have not cooked 1, 2, I'm scratching my head because I actually can't think of more than three times in 3 weeks. 3 meals a day. No, I lied, 4. My husband did bring home breakfast the other day, so that kind of counts. All right, so I'm going to, here's my thing. This wax stick doesn't have a wick. So I'm gonna have to use a spoon, but there's stuff in this one. I guess I could use this teeny bitty one here, even though there's something in it. There we go. Pull out a little tea light. And I will cut a bit off. Oh, My Little Pony. Who would laugh at you liking My Little Pony, Luna? The Little Mermaid is my jam, and I don't even care. All right, I think that will be enough. So I just used my X-Acto knife to cut off a little bit of that. And I'm gonna put these things away as I go, so that I don't have a big mess, because I've done a pretty good job of making a mess so far. And also, I think, oh yes, I do. I think I will do that. I'm going to add more Avril yarn. Because again, that was one of the things that somebody requested. Actually, hold on, let me. So basically all I'm going to do is just fold it over like this. And then I'm gonna put my flower over top of it. And this is just a dried hydrangea. And I'm gonna hold it with my scissors. And I'm gonna melt my wax. And the wax seal that I have got here is just a little compass. Girl, I'm 32 and I still like The Little Mermaid. Don't even play with me. Here in France, after more 3 or 4 weeks, all the French people are doing bread and baguette. So funny, all over Instagram is full of bread in France. Oh no, my laugh blew out my candle. Girl, I would love to go to Hobby Lobby too. Sorry, I'm just reading. Horror movie, no thanks. No thanks. Horror is not my bag. I do not play with horror movies. I can get down with hot cocoa though. Alright, so since the fire decided to go out again, I think I'll just... I'm not thinking that's enough wax, so I'm going to add a little bit more. What is everybody doing for dinner tonight? What did you have? What are you planning to have? What do you wish you could have? I am roasting a chicken tonight because it needs to be cooked. It's a whole chicken. And the reason I cook whole chickens is because I can get at least 3 meals out of it. So I have the initial chicken meal, and then I do chicken Alfredo, and then I'll do chicken enchiladas with it. I love doing that. Children of the Corn. Oh man, I think the last horror movie I watched was, I think it was about like demons or something, or like ghosts, and they were in the house with like a baby or something. I can't remember. It was back in like 2012, I think. All right, so that's a little hot, so I'm just gonna pray to God this works. Yeah, it's still a little hot. It went everywhere. The first horror movie I ever saw was It, and I believe I was 4 or 5, and absolutely scarred. Like, I'm 32 years old, and I still cannot take a shower and close my eyes in the shower. I cannot tell you how many times I've burned my eyes nearly out with shampoo because I can't close my eyes in the shower. Can't do it. Can't do it. I'm really bummed about how this wax seal turned out. Actually, it's not too bad. Okay, so sorry, allergies. You could leave this. I think it would actually be kind of cute with like this little thing dangling down. I'm gonna leave it for now because I actually do think it's cute. But you could just cut it right here so that it doesn't dangle down, and it doesn't add any texture or like bulk is what I mean. There's texture there, but there's no bulk. So that's really good. So I think I have shown 2 ways to do the Avril yarn now. Because I think that was one of the requests. I'm going to check Instagram really quickly and see if there were any other requests. Play with the bento box. That's so funny. That's exactly what I did. And packing orders. And catching up in my journal. I did all of those things already. Avril yarn into layouts and Happy Mail. Did that. Clusters. Shelly's papers. I've done all of those things. So I'm going to move on to Happy Mail. Really hope those voicemails weren't important. see if I can get it back live. Okay. Did you like Rise of Skywalker? I haven't watched the new It movies. I refuse. Absolutely. My husband, it was on TV a couple weeks ago. My husband tried to put it on, and he doesn't do horror either. I'm just going to leave this open because I'm worried about that wax. Look how much dimension is in that. Oh, I love that. Yeah, he doesn't do horror movies either. And he tried to put it on the other day and we both chickened out. Okay, so since we're moving on to Happy Mail now, I got this package in the mail from a company called One Per Week. And it is a package, and it's called Kit for Kids. And it is a package full of things that you can use with your kids to send Happy Mail. And I bought it, or I didn't buy it. It was actually free. I don't know if it's available anymore. But it's called Kit for Kids by One Per Week. And it comes, I just got it yesterday, and it comes with like a bunch of really fun things to decorate mail so that your kids can send mail. Actually, one thing in here is for one of you gals watching, so I'm going to take it out just in case our kits weren't the same, because I want to send that to her because it's really funny. And it relates to something we've been experiencing together right now. So I'm just going to take those out. But it came with some stickers. There was a stamp in here. I just think that was really a really cute idea. And there's a blank card, a business card. There's a kitty card. Happy birthday. Another happy birthday. I love this one. This cute deer, which is a postcard, which I think I will actually put in my post-crossing pile. This one is for Australia. I think I have a lovely pen friend. Well, I don't know if we're pen pals yet, but she doesn't know it yet. Rebecca, if you're watching, we're pen pals now, and this is coming to you. This lovely unicorn, and then this mermaid. I saw this, and I about died. Oh, not going to use it. Totally going to frame it. But I just thought it was great. So the kids and I are going to work on this week. We've got a couple kids that we want to write to, and I think it's great to encourage writing. My kids are in 1st and 2nd grade, and so their school now is purely digital, and they're not writing. They didn't get any physical materials, so we're going to work on their writing this week. There's a fabric pen and just a dual brush pen. So I thought that was fun. So that's going to be something fun to play with during the week. Let's see. Okay. Where? There they are. I've got 2 envelopes and 2 blank craft cards. I got these at Michael's, I think. These type of blank card kits usually always come out around Christmas time and just like major holidays. And so I always tend to buy them so that I can decorate my own cards, and I always buy in bulk. So I'm working with craft supplies now. I don't always, but the reason I am lately is because these craft envelopes seem to be a little more sturdy and will hold up to like the mail system and junk. So that is why I'm doing that. So let's start with the cards. I'm going to do 1 vertical and 1 horizontal. And a beautiful friend of mine made a beautiful card last night, and I am like sick over how beautiful it turned out. So I'm going to try to replicate what she did because it was beautiful. Ooh, I know what I'm going to do. Can you guys hear the boys screaming outside? Is that coming through the audio? It's so funny hearing them scream outside. All right, so I just pulled these. Oh, I think I hear Bubba. Handmade papers out that I want to try to play with, I think. So I want to pull this, that one, and that one. Oh my god, if you guys could see the mess on my desk right now. Bye, Luna! Yep, I think that's gonna work. Hope I'm not boring anybody. Hunter, please be quiet. Really don't want you to wake Bubba up if he's not awake. The neighbor's kids. Yes, our windows are open today too, which I think is why it's so loud. I can hear the boys so clearly. We don't get open window weather here year round, so we take advantage of it when we do get it. I think. Oh, I really don't want to do this. They're now in their bedroom, right next to my office. So, no doubt people will be hearing them now. So I have no idea where this card is going to go. I'm just putting these layers down. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them. How I'm going to... Oh, look at that. Yeah, I'll seal it shut, Sarah. Definitely. I'm definitely going to do that. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, right? You are supposed to seal everything shut. Wait, you're not supposed to do that? Oh. See, I saw this girl yesterday. She made her own card and then she sealed it shut. That's weird that you're not supposed to do that. I was under the impression that you were. No rules. That's right. Living life on the edge. Do. Name that movie. Seriously, whoever can name that movie will get Happy Meal straight from me. It's a postcard now, that's right. It's a good thing you got good friends that can make sure your happy mistakes become happy accidents, eh? Oh, living on the edge, do. It is an Aerosmith song, but it's from a a movie. Basically 90% of all of my quotes come from this movie. I'm really liking the way this turned out, eh? Hey, hey, hey. Hello. Not a movie buff for sure. Well, I wouldn't say I'm a movie buff, but I'm definitely a movie buff. My dad was a movie buff and actually went to school for filmmaking. Oh, what was that? Why would you do that? And my husband is a movie geek too. So, music, yeah. Yeah, it really does. It looks really good. And this says, remember to smile. And I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave this open just because there's no way for me to really glue that down because it is see-through. So I'm just going to leave that texture there. And I'm going to move on. I'm going to use this somehow because nobody likes a waster. Well, I could just do that and it'd be fine, right? I could just stop right there. You're done. Put it down. Yep. That's what I'm thinking. It's done. Okay, so the movie quote is from Dumb and Dumber. It's when they get ready to leave to go on their cross-country adventure to Aspen. I don't know, Lloyd. I hear the French are assholes. That's not true, right? The French aren't really assholes. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I feel like I need something. What are you? Ooh! Yes, okay. I'm using this card. Because it says queen. Right? Queen. I'm going to send this to a queen. I have to know a few queens, right? Girl, you are a queen. Yes, every French person I know is definitely much nicer than any American. Americans are definitely, I don't know, I can't place it. Like I think we are misunderstood a lot because sarcasm is a language for us. And I think sometimes a lot of people don't understand that sarcasm or our humor. And I think it can get misunderstood. All right, so which do we like more? Do we like this as the background? Or And it's a shame because this paper is gorgeous. I really don't want to cover that. Or do we want this as the background? I'm leaning more towards this for two reasons. A, sticker paper, no glue. B, it's got some of the same colors. And I think that's just how it's going to be. Yeah, so great talk, guys. Thank you so much. You really helped me through that. Raise your hand if you can't cut a straight line with scissors. Me? Can't do it. Nobody told me that they were cooking. What's on your menu? What are you most excited to cook this week? Hi, Olivia. Same. Can't do it. Chicken fajitas. Oh, that sounds good. You guys want to know a true story? I haven't showered yet today. I have no idea what time it is. I still have not gotten myself ready for the day. Cabbage soup. Spinach with banana. It does sound gross. I will trust you. So I'm thinking, because I really loved the way this little typed sentiment right here looks, I'm thinking I want to add something there. But I need to find a typed sentiment. And I know I have a few somewhere. Ooh, look what I found. Oh my gosh. Way too much stuff. Starting to get kind of dark in here. Do it on the top right edge. Yes, ma'am. I trust your judgment. Do we like that? I'll wait. Do a little cleanup. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot about my queen. Okay, judge. Do we want queen, which I personally think looks good here, or do we like the quote? Speak. The quote says, "And I shall never cease to be filled with newness, having you near me," by D.H. Lawrence. Queen, quote. Okay, we have to vote again. Yellow twine. Hold on, I gotta wrap it back up again. Yellow twine. Brown twine. Just trying to use the supplies that I have in this box. I do have this really pretty lacy twine too. Trying to clean up as I go here. Because if I leave a big mess, which I suspect I will, and I leave it here, it's going to be so frustrating when I come back to create and not be able to. Oh, all right. The color of the quote pops a little better. Add a heart or flower to the quote. Nice lace, matchy-matchy, not so yellow. The coral looks fab. Brown twine, the lace gets my vote, but I'm all over the place, obviously. Do you have just soft green? I do have a soft green. The one that I used before. Guess it would be helpful if you guys could see a little bit closer. I wonder if I can zoom. It's so damn blurry. I hate how blurry it is. Should I ask a man's help? I kind of like the yellow and the green. The lace is really pretty, but I want it to pop away from the page, and I feel like the lace will kind of melt into it because of the texture of that paper. And the same for the brown, because it's basically the same color as the quote paper, so I'm gonna ask the man. the lace is really good, Karen. I totally agree. I'm going to do the quote. No, I'm not. Hey, Hunter! Come here, baby. I'm gonna ask a boy. Hey, baby. I need your help. Do you like this card here? Or do you like this quote? Which do you like better?
Learn real.
No, it's Queen. La Reine.
What does this say?
And I shall never cease to be filled with newness, having you near me. It's a card, but which do you think looks better?
That has like brownish with lines.
Yeah.
And then that one has like regular white, but with a yellow line.
Yeah, the edges are a little bit aged, so yeah, there's a little yellow on that. But which one do you like better?
I like that one.
You like the quote better? Do you like it here? Or do you like it like here?
Well, it's obviously not gonna fit.
No, I'm gonna have to cut it for sure.
Okay, I would like it here to like when you can draw or draw a queen or.
Okay, thank you. Wait, hold on, wait. Do you like green or yellow better?
Can you do them both? What happened?
Wow, you really threw me for a ringer. Yeah, I guess it could, but if you could choose one.
It would probably be the yellow, because it has like a little bit of the flowers on it.
Okay, perfect. Bye!
Bye! Bye! Stop poking me with that.
Close the door, please.
Yes, ma'am. Your door?
Yes. There you have it, folks. Do both. Pull a Shelly. Do it all. Oh, damn it. Oh my gosh. I'm getting dizzy. I need to eat. Okay. Let's glue. I'm sorry that I'm not putting it in the top right. I just don't want to cover those flower petals. I feel less guilty covering the leaves than the flower petals. So that's why I'm doing it on the bottom. He chose what I would choose. You kids are so lovely and smart. Thank you. Now I just have to decide if I am just going to wrap it around like this as like a closure for the envelope that they have to open to get inside of, or go this route and leave it permanently. I'm gravitating towards leaving it on like on the corner here. So I think I'm just gonna pull and cut. See how I like it. Opinions. 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 How do we like that? The vertical. I agree. Thank you, Karen. Do we like the label? Kind of like the label. Do we like the label? I'll wait. 20 out of 10. We have one vote for not adding the red. Is there a second to take the label away? The red pops. It does pop. Don't like it. Wait, don't I like it. Love the red. Ooh, lean back a little bit. Looks beautiful. I personally like the red. It looks like everybody else does too. I think I'll keep it. All right, I am about to wrap this up. Are there any questions from anybody? Anything anybody wants to say or ask? Speak now or forever hold your peace, or until I do another live, or until you message me on Instagram. I love you too, boo. When will you do the next live? I'd watch on a regular basis, evenings and weekends. How's your family doing? Okay, so I probably will only stick to doing my lives on the weekends because I have help on the weekends. My husband is here, and lighting. I don't have studio lights, so I have to be able to film during the day, during nap time when the babies are sleeping. So daytime, weekends, probably this time. If I ever do it again, it will be the same in the middle of the day because of nap time, because I'm a mom and I have babies. Next question. How is your family doing? The homeschooling. The family is good. Homeschooling started off really, really rough, I'll be honest. The first day I had probably 3 anxiety attacks and 1 full-blown panic attack where I was dizzy, I couldn't breathe, laying flat down on the floor. I still felt like I was falling through and that I still wasn't stable. So I called the teachers, got some more guidance, got some more help. My husband decided to stay home in the mornings while we do school because it was just too much for me to do alone. Having 4 kids, 2 of them having to do schoolwork, 2 babies needing full-time attention and guidance. It was just too much for one person to do alone. So my husband, who still works, decided to stay home until noon every day so that he could help me with the schooling so that I didn't have to do that part alone. That was a game changer. That was a game changer, being able to have him here to help watch the babies while I did the school. Both of my kids have really bad ADHD, and so I have to be sitting right next to them, helping them, clicking the mouse for them, reading for them, and just holding their hand through the whole thing and guiding them to make sure they do the work properly. And yeah, I just wasn't able to do that. I didn't do the envelopes. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, that was a game changer for sure. Everybody is doing great. Everybody is healthy. No one is sick. My husband has had some stomach issues the past couple days that he's trying to figure out, but we think he's probably allergic to something that he's just not figured out what it is yet. So, do you know much about Schaefer fountain pens? That's a big no. I do not know anything about Schaefer fountain pens. I bought a few back when I was first starting my fountain pen journey from Staples in like a multi-pack. It was like a gift pack, and they were super cheap. They did not write well. I mean, it was like $10 for like a pack of like 4 or 5 with all different size nibs. It was super cheap. They weren't a nice, fancy, expensive pen, but that's my only experience with Schaefer. My favorite fountain pens are the Kawecos. These, I have 5 of these. These are my favorite. They never dry up. No matter how long I leave them, I can come back to them and they still write perfectly if they're inked up. Love them. These are my favorite. Hi, Bubba. Hi, baby. Are you coming to say hi? Hi. Ooh, lucky you inherited some. That's fun. Go get Daddy, okay? I'll be right back. Good boy. Thank you. Thank you, Bub. Let's see. Any other questions? Oh, I didn't put my notebook back in. I love the way this turned out. I think I'm gonna love April. Shelly's papers are just so good. Oh, I just love it. I left this be, and I might actually leave that be. I don't think I'll add anything to it. And the same with this ribbon. I don't think I'll cut that down. So let's go ahead and put this back in. Any other questions? Please keep streaming. This makes you feel better. I personally love it. It does make me feel better. This is really fun. I love having the community to do this. This has really been fun. I love this. What brings you inspiration? Paper. Paper brings me inspiration. I love being able to play with paper. I do get some inspiration from Instagram and like the ladies and stuff that I follow over on Instagram and YouTube and stuff, but honestly I try to not mock what everybody else does. I try to do my own thing. So I get inspiration on how to use certain supplies from other social media outlets, but I really just let the paper talk. I mean, you saw me for the last 2 hours or so struggle bust through all that, so what other crafts do you do paper crafting? I do not do anything else at the moment. I got into scrapbooking when Hunter, my eldest, was born 8 years ago, when I decided to do a baby book for him, and that baby book turned into Project Life, and I did Project Life for 4 years, and in 2015 decided that it was just too much to do anymore and decided to use traveler's notebooks, and have really not gone away from that. I don't do traditional scrapbooking anymore. I don't do Project Life anymore. I just do the mail art and the journaling. Pretty much everything I share is pretty much all I dabble in. It's what I'm comfortable with right now. It's easy to maintain. It's cheap. ish. It's a lot cheaper than scrapbooking, that's for sure. If you guys could see my closet right now, it's full of all my old scrapbooking supplies. Sarah, you are crazy. There's something wrong with you. No, I would, no. No, unless you want to buy these. Do you want to buy these? $20. I'm kidding. No, I don't think I could make cards. Yeah, those are pretty terrible emojis, Sarah. Come on. Karen. Oh my god, you guys crack me up. That is funny. No, I do not think I could make cards to sell in my Etsy shop for multiple reasons. Firstly, making listings blow. I hate making listings because you have to take all the pictures and then you have to do all the description, and like that part really blows. I think if I could pay somebody to do listings for me, I would have a lot more on my Etsy shop currently. But like pulling the stuff out, taking pretty pictures, and then doing all the listing work, like behind the scenes work, that really just drags me down. Sarah, do you want to do my listings? I'll take the pictures and you do the listings. These will be sent out. I will not keep these. I don't keep any of my things. I always make to send. I don't make to keep unless they're in my journal. Then obviously I keep that. 70% commission, right? Yeah. Yeah, that. Whatever you say. I don't mind if people laugh at me if that means they're smiling. And that's never negative. You're the sweetest. Karen, you're so sweet. You are the sweetest. All right. Think I'm gonna wrap it up. Anybody else? 21 people sitting there and I got like 4 questions. Shoot from the hip. I'm an open book. Which embosser would you recommend? When you say embosser, what do you mean by that exactly? Stop fangirling. Do you mean like the embosser with the folders that you put paper inside of, you put it inside of a plastic folder and then you crank it through a machine? I don't have one of those, so I can't recommend anything like that. And I don't do any like stamp embossing, so I can't really recommend any of that either. I don't really dabble or play in any of that. I'm sorry. Will I have any more children? No, I will not have any more children. I am done. 4 is my max. Clara was an accident, 100% accident, but the universe was looking out for us because even though we had decided to stop making babies, the universe said, no, you don't have a little girl yet. I'm going to give you one. So I got a little girl. We have taken precautions. My husband has made sure that he can no longer bear children to me. If that makes sense. We cannot have any more children. I opted not to get anything surgically done for personal belief. I do not believe in any type of pain medicine or anything like that. All 4 of my children were given, I gave birth completely natural, I guess. I didn't have any pain medicine or epidural or anything. I personally don't believe in that. So, yeah. Also, the more children you have, the worse your labor and deliveries get. Actually, that's not true. Your labors stay the same, I think, in my experience. Your deliveries get a little bit easier. The recovery does not get easier. The aftershocks, the contractions that your uterus does after you give birth get worse every time, and I can attest to that. The contractions after birth were as bad as the contractions during labor, and I don't think I can do that anymore. I'm selfish. Any more questions? Yes, she is the cutest baby ever, you're right. Except for when she hums all night long in her sleep and keeps you awake. That's no fun. Oh, thanks. Aw, Martine, I hope you've been here the whole time and that I'm not leaving just as you're tuning in. My favorite binding method, staples. Simple, easy. Not like stapling, like instead of just gluing this down, I wouldn't staple that down. I would just glue it down. I don't like the look of staples, but like if I was binding a book, I like staple bound. I do not like hand stitched notebooks. I don't know why. I feel like maybe over time they will get too loose or something. I don't know. Machine stitched notebooks I like the best, like above staple, but they have to be machine stitched. I love glue sticks, but not this one. I remember your video regarding Clara because you and your hubby liked each other that much, apparently. Something like that, yeah. Yeah, that's when people ask me how many kids I have and I say I have 4 kids and they're like, oh wow. And they ask how far apart they are and I tell them that our 2 youngest are only 356 days apart. They look at me like I'm crazy. And I say, yeah, just really love my husband still. That's all there is to it. We just like each other still, you know, because that's how babies are made, right? When you like somebody. TMI, I'm sorry. We've been married for, oh my God, 13 years, going on 14. I think this November will be 14 years, and I think we flirt with each other more now than we did when we were dating. Like our relationship and our connection, it really truly does age. As it ages, it gets better. You know, we just know each other so much better, and we know how to love each other better, and we know how to treat each other with much more respect and kindness and gentleness. Sorry, I'm trying to read these comments. Karen, are you talking about your baby and partner? I'm sorry. I'm confused. I'm just a little confused about that. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely true. You definitely become friends or enemies over time. We started off as uh, young kids who just wanted to be with each other all the time and got married really quickly and became enemies very, very quickly. Our first 4 years of our marriage were not a marriage at all. Um, oh, okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, we got married after 3 months and of knowing each other. Like we met and were married 3 months later, and um, yeah, that just does. When you don't know anybody, you don't know someone like that, you just really tend to struggle a little bit. And the first 4 years of our marriage were definitely hard. They were tough. And he was an active duty Marine at the time, and we had a new duty station where we moved to a new city with no friends, no outside influences. We didn't have anybody, no family, nothing. It was just him and I. And that is when our marriage started, when we did not have any outside influences affecting our decisions or thoughts on each other. Because we both had friends and family at the time when we first got together, and anytime we had a disagreement or a fight, we would go to them, and they were biased because they didn't know us. you know, like each other. Like his friends didn't know me and I didn't know his friends. And anyway, once we moved away from everybody and we only had each other, that's when our marriage started. That's when things clicked. And that's when, actually, that's when we had our first baby. 5 years in, we had our first child. Yeah, it did get really, really adult really quickly. I'm sorry about that. I said no limits. You guys could ask whatever you wanted. I got ash all over the table here. 35 years. Go ahead. Karen, have you guys done your love languages yet? Have you, I know that's a really cliche thing to talk about right now, but there is actually some legitimacy to that whole thing. Try to talk to each other about your love languages and see if you guys are just not loving each other the way you need to be loved. My husband needs to be loved in a completely different way than I need to be loved. And once we learned that, things really clicked with us. Once we learned that we weren't loving each other the way we needed to be loved, it came out to be a lot different. I'm a gift giver, and I give through gifts and by talking, like affirmations, like positive affirmations and stuff, and he's just not. And I was giving him what I wanted, and it wasn't working for him, and he was loving me in a way that wasn't working for me. And once we figured that out, things clicked. Oh yeah. Oh geez. Oh, Karen, you crack me up. All right. Karen, that is a conversation for another day, girl. I'm not even going to touch that. All right, I'm going to go, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have any more questions, just leave them in the comment bar once this video goes live, and I will try to answer them. Until next time, and he's in New York too. Wow, that's the start of a really great novel. I will catch you guys later. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let's see if I can figure out how to end this. Okay, thanks, bye.